snap. I'm live. I'm live. Yes, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Father the Six. It's the General. I'm here live, live. Yes. Testing. All right, all right, all right. Let me see how I'm looking on. Let me see if I can. These notifications is out. Thank you for bearing with me. Just making sure that I'm on. I'm on. I'm making sure that it's my first time live, and I'm just making sure that everybody can see me. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, I can see myself. Yes, it's me. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me get on Instagram. Let them know I'm live on YouTube. My Instagram family. You turn this around. Here we go. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to Father the Six. I am the General. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining me. Yes, yes. This is an impromptu live. Impromptu live. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. YouTube Father the Six. Hit me up. Let me know. All right. So we're gonna just get started. What's going on? Thank you for joining. It's Father the Six, the General. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram Live. All right. Let's jump right into it. All right. So, what is fatherhood? So, I'm doing my research today. I got the shower and, I'm on YouTube and I'm on different other social media sites looking for a good example of what fatherhood. Let me see what's out there. Let me see what's going out there in the streets. What they talking about fatherhood? Of course, I see the movie with Kevin Hart. Excellent. And then I ran up on this gentleman. He was talking about his kids and the real struggles of fatherhood, the real struggles of fatherhood. And he was just talking about, hey, you know, pretty much what I received from it. You see a lot of, dads out there taking pictures or whatnot. He didn't say this. This is just my take. But what he said was that it's kind of hard for the dads who's really trying to do right. And the baby mom's ex-wife, the children's mother, it's not being fair with the kids. And it hurts the father because, that man, he really wants to do right. We want to do right as men. We want to do right as fathers. And sometimes the motivation gets taken away because of the mother of the children. So I feel him. I respect him. I've went through something like that before. So, my man was real vulnerable. He was truthful. He was honest, you know, and that inspired me to come on tonight and, kind of talk about the realness of fatherhood. Not only the good, but the challenging parts, the parts that no one really talks about. Father the Six, the General. If you're watching this right now, it don't even matter if it's live or not. Gotta hit that like, subscribe button, and share it to someone. Share it to someone. All right. I got a ton of water here because it's gonna be a good topic. It's gonna be a long one. All right. So the fatherhood realness. Let's get into it. I got some notes down. So what is fatherhood? Fatherhood is the walk of an active father, an active father who's actively taking care of their children. Okay, so you can actively be a father and not live with your kids. Yes, you can. You can actively be a father and not live with your children. It's possible. A lot of dads do it. It's moms that do it also. You know, uh, Fatherhood is tough. It's challenging. It's rewarding. Okay. Fatherhood is the experience that you have as an active father. The experience that you have as an active father. Everyone's experience is going to be different. Some may be similar, some are different. Excuse me. So, fatherhood is just your walk as a father. Okay. Do I think a mother can be a father? No, no. I think a mother can raise children. Yes, yes. Do I think a father can be a mother? No. Do I think a father can raise children? Yes. I'm living proof of that. I'm a single dad raising kids. I have custody of three of my kids out of six, full custody of three of my kids out of six, and I'm raising my kids. I'm doing it. Men can raise children. We can do everything. Okay? What's going on? Thanks for coming in to Father the Six. We talking about fatherhood in here. I'm on YouTube right now live, and I'm on Instagram live. So we talking about what's fatherhood, and this is Father the Six dark nighttime. We get into the realness of what real fatherhood is. I see a lot of pictures, and I'm guilty of that, putting my kids out there, taking pictures and whatnot. But fatherhood is a struggle. It's a struggle, and I'm not taking away from motherhood, not at all. Big ups to my moms, my grandmas who's raised children twice, two generations, my aunties, okay, all the strong women who built fathers. Big ups to y'all. You see what I'm saying? But we talk about struggles. Oh, nice. Good. I'm a social worker. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you know the struggles. You see it from both ends. Big ups to my social workers. And I always say that, fatherhood is not just the fathers. Fatherhood is all of those individuals who take part in making experiences for fathers, good or bad. But I'm only going to talk about the good people who make those good experiences. But we know what? As fathers, we learn from a lot of stuff, from the bad experiences too. We learn, you know? So fatherhood is the next door neighbor, like I said before in a couple of my videos. I had a neighbor named Miss Brown, she's an elderly lady, you know? She always would, hey, General, what you doing? Come here right now. You think your mama would appreciate you doing that? You know? My best friends that I grew up with, they moms, fatherhood. You know what I mean? Putting into me. I grew up in Brooklyn. Mad respect to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, stand up. You see that? I got it stitched into my head right here. You know what I mean? So, a lot of Caribbean moms I know help raise me into the father that I am, raising children right now. So the fatherhood itself is everyone who puts into the father. I just want to make that clear. So, what is fatherhood? Fatherhood is the experiences of fathers. Okay? So, what's a father? A father is, number one, someone who is taking care of a child, raising a child. So raising a child don't really mean always being physically there, because there's some times where fathers and parents are not able to be physically with their children for one reason or the other. And I'm not going to get into that. But are you there emotionally? You know what I mean? Do you call your kids? Do you try to spend as much time as you can? A provider, a father's a provider. I might get some slack on this, but a father's a friend. I know mad ladies. I know a lot of ladies who, they fathers is their best friends. I know a lot of fellows who their moms is best friends too. So a father is a friend. Okay? Fathers are counselors. Yes, counselors. How many times, ladies and even gents, my young gents out there, even my old heads, that go to their fathers for counsel. I got a comment right here. Talk to Tasha. Yes, talks to Tasha. That's true. No matter what, no one can replace the heart of a father to a child. I always search for fathers to place their kids when I can. It's not about father economic status. It's present. Yeah, it's not about the status. It's not about the money. It's about presence. I say the real wealth is to transfer knowledge. The real wealth is transfer knowledge, honestly. And I think a lot of what fathers bring to the table is structure. You know, I'm not saying moms don't do that. Fatherhood is structure. Fathers are structure. You know what I mean? Because when you're in a two-parent household, or even you're in a relationship, you hear that jiggle on the knob, and you're not expecting nobody to come in. Who you expecting to go down there to check it out? You hear that crick outside. Who you think is supposed? Hey, babe, I hear something. You think the dude is like, hey, babe, I hear something. It's your turn. No, the father is the one that go down there and faces the things that's in the dark, the uncertainty. So a father is someone who faces uncertainty. We look it in the eye. You see what I'm saying? We're like, oh, that ain't nothing. We good. Or if it's something, we going, you know what I mean? So, a father is something that faces certainty. And there's a lot of uncertainty in fatherhood as well as motherhood. I ain't taking it from the moms. Um, a father is a teacher, a teacher, a wise man, even if he's not even old. You know, I had my first child, I was like 16, 17. My wisdom kicked into gear real quick. What is fatherhood? Father is a shelter. Fathers are shelters. We cover, we protect. Most importantly, fathers and fatherhood is vulnerable. Let me share my heart with you. That's what a father is. I'm gonna share my heart with you. That's what fatherhood is. Fatherhood is so many different things that I can't even name every single one of these things. What fatherhood is, I can't do it. I can't do it all. Not right now. So I'm gonna just cover a few things. You know what I mean? You know, shelter. Think about the wilderness in your kids. And what would the role of a father in the wilderness? He's trying to find shelter, food. We're trying to get some heat, some fire. You know what I mean? Thank you. I'm glad you have this space to teach and create space for fathers. Yes, I tell women fathers is the way more than a child support check. Kids cry to connect with their fathers. You know what? Thank you. I got an applause button right here. Yes. Yes. And it's sad because I'm from Brooklyn, and a lot of times when I was growing up, I didn't see a lot of dads growing up. I didn't. And you know what I see a lot lately also? I see a lot of dads who stepping up and being active. I do. I see them. I know a lot of active dads. Yes. But also I see a lot of children and young men who are misguided. When I say misguided, they don't have the guidance of their fathers. Okay? The father may be there, present, but he's not presently active with the child. He might be, going to work, getting that bag. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But what are you depositing in your child? Okay? So fatherhood, we depositors. You know what I mean? We ain't taking the check and getting it right back. We get it right back when we see our kids. That's when I see it right back. And sometimes the return on investment ain't immediate that you can see. You see what I'm saying? ROI from all my investors out there. You know what I mean? Big up Dogecoin. Yes, sir. I got a few. But fatherhood. So I'm gonna go off script right now. I'm gonna be a little vulnerable. When I first had my first child, I was like 16, 17. I was scared as a mother. Scared. At the moment, I was more afraid of my father because I had to tell my dad, I got somebody pregnant, and she had the baby. I think she's gonna have the baby at this time. This time, I didn't even know where my ex-wife at the time was at. We were like 6 years apart. I was like 16, 17. She's 2021. No, she's more than that. She's like 22, 23. You know what I mean? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21, yeah, I was right. 21, 22. 16. I looked, I was out there getting it. Yeah, I was. I'm not proud of that because I tell my kids right now, we having a sex talk, and the sex talk ain't no one day talk. The sex talk, we've been talking about sex for a couple of days now. You know what I mean? I told them that we're gonna have a whole family thing when my kids come, because I'm that parent, that father that got to share custody with my kids with my children's mother, my ex-wife, my second ex-wife, divorced twice. Yeah, divorced twice. And just let me go backwards a little bit. I was talking to my brother today, and I was telling him about Father the Six. he's working where it's not really too much internet and access, and now he's coming. He'll be coming back to the States soon. And I was telling him, like, Father the Six, man, just spreading information out there, giving those information that we necessarily didn't get as children. Not that our parents were bad or anything, but just at the moment, at that time, they was giving us all they knew, all they could. And I big ups to my dad. I didn't meet my dad till later in my life. I ended up moving with him as a teenager, towards the end of my, teenager going into young adulthood. So I had my first child was 16, 17 in Brooklyn. Moved with my dad to Jersey, South Jersey. Big ups to South Jersey. And it was scary. It was scary. Uncertainty, and I didn't really I had a good corner. I had people in my corner that was really strong. I did. Strong corner. But I'm going to tell you the truth. As a 16, 17-year-old, no matter what anybody's telling me, I wasn't focused on getting knowledge. I was scared I was scared. I was scared. Every freaking commercial came on TV. It seemed like it was about babies, uh, wipes, diapers, strollers. All I seen was baby this, baby. I couldn't even eat. I was, I feel like I'm about to cry right now because I'm just reliving the feeling. Okay, it was scary. So yeah, I had a good corner. I had my aunt, my uncle, my dad, my stepmom, my mom. I had a good support system, but I could not. I was not in the spirit of receiving because I was so in the spirit of fear. Why was I fearful? Because I didn't think I was ready. Let's talk about that. Not being ready to be a father. Okay, and I'm not saying that everybody's prepared. No, you ain't never prepared to be a parent. You see what I'm saying? But my toolbox was empty. My toolbox was empty, folks. Yeah, I'm looking over here because I got my audience right here on Instagram. So yeah, I'm doing the both camera thing. I'm on YouTube Live. So yeah, my toolbox was empty, and it was locked and closed because my emotion. I'm still growing as a teenager. My hormones, my body is still growing. My mind is still developing. So even though I'm getting them gems from my dad, my mom, my stepmoms, my aunt, my uncle, even though I'm getting the gems, I can't receive it because I'm not even mentally prepared. Mentally prepared. My childhood is over. My dad told me, yo, your life is over. And he meant it in the sense of life as you know it is over. And it was. New life. Here it is. And one thing my dad asked me, he was like, listen, what you want to do? What you want to do? You see what I'm saying? What you want to do? You want to be part of the child's life or you don't want to be a part of their life? What you want to do? And without hesitation, I'm like, nah, I want to be in my child's life. Yeah. I didn't even have to think. I didn't even think about that. That wasn't even a thought. I already knew that. Because I knew down when I was younger and I was missing my dad when he wasn't there. I knew that I was going to be the father that I was missing at the time. No matter what. I already knew I was going to have. I knew I was going to have kids when I was little. Yeah, I already knew that. I didn't think I was going to have them at 16, 17. All right. So what did I do? And you know what, Father the Six, we're going to talk about problems, but we also going to give solutions. Because a lot of times we watch videos, at least I watch videos, or I hear commentary and all this stuff, and they always bring out the problems. Problems about black men and black fathers and fathers in general. It's not about race. This channel is not about race. But I'm just telling you my experience because where I grew up, it was just nothing but boys and young men that look like me. You know what I mean? So hopefully, hopefully, this will reach someone who's who's thinking about being a father. This will reach someone who's thinking about being a father. This will reach those who are freshman fathers, my freshman dads, class of 2021. You just got in. You know what I mean? We ain't giving out rings. You got your baby. Your baby is your ring. You know what I mean? My freshman dads, my sophomore, junior dads, my seasoned dads, senior dads, my OG dads. You know what I mean? And I say OG, original gangster dads. When I say original gangster, I ain't talking about no Denzel Washington movie. What's that movie? He was a gangster. You know what I mean? In Harlem. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about my OG dads who been through the struggle of fatherhood, still going through. They got the scrapes and bruises on them. That's my OG dads. You know what I mean? The times where baby moms and them ain't trying to let you see your kids. That's the OG dad right there, who still stick around, who got a smile to the wife, the ex-wife. They got to smile and be nice to the the baby moms. I'm not listen, ladies, I am not bashing women because I love me some queens. I love me some women. But I'm keeping it real tonight. The kids should be in the bed, and if they're not, then you ain't in the bed, you can hear this then. You know what I'm saying? My OG dads who go through the struggle of just trying to be reasonable with the baby moms, the ex-wife, the child's mother. You know what I mean? It's a lot for men to hold an emotion sometimes, especially anger, frustration, pissed offness, if that's an emotion, pissed offness. You know what I mean? Not to just slap the hell out somebody, punch somebody, to restrain yourself, to hold the discipline. Fathers are strong. I'm gonna say that right there. Oh, it take a lot of strength to hold yourself back. Woo, woo. Yes, yes. My son's 17 years old, senior in high school, just got girl pregnant. Oh man, scared as he should be scared. This is a serious thing. That was me. But you know what I did? Here comes the solutions, because Father the Six is not just about problems, but about solutions. Okay, so um, I was skipping school before I even came to my dad's house. You see what I'm saying? I was in the wrong crowd, doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? And then I asked my mom. I'm like, "Yo, moms, you mind if I move with my dad?" My mom don't remember that part, but I do. Somehow we got to the point where moving with my dad, because in Brooklyn at the time I was mixed up with the wrong people, the wrong crowd, and I'm gonna be real with everyone right now. Police back then, ain't no body cams and no cell phone footage. Okay, so when police want answers, Popo 50, we used to call them white and blue. The white and blue coming, because the cars was white and blue, NYPD cars. And let me say this to my police officers and all my law enforcement, peace officers, security, anything with law enforcement. I respect you. I respect you. Do you offer support groups to other? I got Father the Six, so I'm on here. I don't have like a group per se. I got Patreon, so that's my group, I guess. Father the Six, the YouTube, and Father the Six, Instagram. I got a whole lot of stuff on Instagram. I'm not stopping. This is my mission. This is my movement, fatherhood movement. Somebody at the door? All right, that's my kid. I'm just making sure because I turn the AC off because the noise be kind of loud. My stream. So, I'm working on it. It's just me right now. So just tell them to come on, watch, see me on Instagram, see me on Facebook. I'm always on Instagram posting something. Okay, so yeah, big ups to my law enforcement people, because being a police officer, especially in this climate, tough. All right, so let's put that to the side. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. Solutions. So after I told my dad, I'm like, yeah, I want to, be part of the child's life. Well, he's like, listen, you know, me and your stepmoms, I ain't gonna put her name out there. Me and your stepmoms is we're not gonna be taking care of your child. You're gonna be taking care of your child. And the only time we'll take care of your child is when you're in school and when you're at work. So you're gonna have to get a job. So I was already up on a job. I started working at Mickey D's, McDonald's. Okay. And okay, back to what I was saying, back to Brooklyn. So in Brooklyn, it was just rough then, because, there was some bad cops out there. You know what I mean? Some bad DTs. We call them DTs for detective, gold shields. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good cops in New York City. Let me not bash my city down like that. There's a lot of good police officers out there. A lot of good people out there. Okay. Um, so I moved to Jersey with my dad, and my dad was not having nothing. He was straight locked down, lock it down. No cell phone, and cell phones was just coming out prepaid. We had a lot of prepaid cell phones, and it was killing you doing the prepaid. You know what I mean? So my dad, and my stepmom, they, lock it down. You know what I mean? I ain't had no contact with nobody from Brooklyn. It wasn't playing that. You graduate in high school, you know. So I got a job at Mickey D's down the road. It wasn't even down the road, like a mile away, because they didn't have roads like that. They didn't have no sidewalks when I was at in South Jersey. And started working at McDonald's. Okay, and this was part time hours. Okay, and I just started off wiping tables. So I was the lobby boy. You know what I mean? You know how Walmart got the greeter? I was the lobby boy. You know what I mean? So lobby boy, wiping down tables, sweeping. Few hours here and there, and I'm like, yo, I need some money. So I kept, excuse me, I kept harassing the manager. So I'm gonna just say it. I kept harassing the manager. Hey, can I do something else? Can I learn fries? Can I learn register? Can I learn drive through? Can I learn the table? Can I make a sandwich? Can I go get y'all, get some stuff out the freezer? Can I stock up? People start calling out like they do in fast food restaurants, and then they start calling me in. And let me tell you something. I needed the money. So I excelled at every station at McDonald's. We had this thing called, I think it was called SOC, station something, something, station checklist or station something. And I would just kill them. You know what I mean? And this is like a test to see if you mastered your station. So if you was a register person, they had like a test that the manager would give you and watch you to see if you mastered the register. You know, you mastered the drive-through, mastered the table making sandwich, mastered the grill where you over there flipping making the patties and whatnot. You mastered the fried products, you dropping the chicken and whatnot, nuggets. You know what I mean? You mastered cleaning. Man, I mastered the whole McDonald's. You know what I mean? So like I said, 16, 17, my first child was born. So I got a job around 17. Yeah. Full time in school. And yeah, at 18 I was a manager. So 1 year I became a manager. I mastered everything at McDonald's and became a manager. I learned how to do the management part. So I got a job. That was my solution. I got a job. So my dad and my stepmom said, from your job, we're gonna take 50% of your check every time you get paid, and we're gonna put it to the side, so that way you can get a place. You have something for your child. So I ended up finding my child's mother at the time, and we reconnected. I kind of convinced her to move down to Jersey with me. I said, listen, don't even worry about working. Don't worry about a place. I'll provide everything for you and my child. Okay. So that's what I did. Found a nice place in Atlantic City for them. It was a little starter place. We lived on the beach. It was in the hood, but start a home, start a place. You know what I mean? And then when you at the bottom, it's nowhere else to go but up. You know what I mean? Nowhere else to go but up when you're at the bottom. So we got a little place in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. Boardwalk. It's a big green building at the end of Atlantic City. Back then it was hood back there. You know what I mean? You ever seen that HBO After Dark where they talked about the prostitutes in Atlantic City? Yeah, that's where I lived at. Okay. Yeah, but moved them down there. And things was going good. She got a job. And then we was doing we reconnected. That was my girl. We ended up getting married later on, but I still was in high school. I didn't get married until after high school. I'm kind of going fast. So while I'm in high school, and my first daughter, my first child was born, and I got my, you know, then my then girlfriend, down to move to Jersey. Got the apartment, and we was ecstatic having our own place. Only thing we had was what's that? A playpen for my daughter at the time. A playpen. Struggle is real. My parents, right? You know what I mean? Playpen. And then we got some things that was donated to us. A mattress and a bed, and then a couch that was donated, and a dresser. Let me tell you something. I still got that dresser till today. You know, hand me downs, lifesavers. And then we end up paying. Yeah, it was hand me downs and donations, but we end up giving money to whoever donated to. Somebody my dad and my stepmom knew. My aunt, I don't even know how we got that stuff. All I know is that, hey, we're gonna take some money out the savings or whatever, piece this off to whoever gave this to us, show some love. I think we rented for the van or whatever. And our first apartment was a studio apartment, no bedrooms. You see what I'm saying? It was a nice little, a nice little spot that we was on the beach. I could see the Atlantic Ocean come up and the sun hitting the water. It was nice. But we had sheets for blinds and curtains. Sheets. You know what I mean? Starting off raw, nothing. I'm talking about we were so happy that we had a house phone when we first got one. Just prank calling people out the phone book. It was just happy and ecstatic. You know what I mean? We didn't even have the heat was in the bathroom. The radiator thing, it was even a radiator. It was like a heater that was built into the wall. It was in the bathroom. So we would have to leave the bathroom door open to get the heat coming in. And there was them old windows. So in the wintertime, it was treacherous in there. You know what I mean? Not too cold to the point where my child was in danger or nothing, but the Atlantic Ocean in the wintertime. And that heat, I'm gonna just say that heater in the bathroom, it did justice. You know what I mean? I should name it Justice. I'm gonna call him Justice. Him, because he's a father. The heat. You know what I mean? That heater in the bathroom did some justice. Yes, it did. Turn that heater on, bruh, boy. You turn it off in 10 minutes. Man, you baking. You need no oven. We lived on ramen noodles. You know what I mean? We had the milk and stuff for my daughter, you know, at the time. And, we really didn't know how to, she's from Guyana, so she know how to make, a couple Guyanese meals, but, she's still young. You know what I mean? She's 21, 22. You know what I mean? She wasn't really throwing down like, Mom Dukes would throw down. You know what I mean? So she'll piece some stuff together. I'll piece some stuff together. We was good. You know what I mean? Me working at McDonald's, you know what I mean? Shoot, I'm gonna just be real, apple pies. Anything that was waste. You know what I mean? I bring that waste home. I ain't gonna lie, this is true. You know what I mean? We eat, and I say waste, I'm not talking about we going in the trash and eating. I ain't nah. But at the end of the night, we don't McDonald's and all those places don't save the food. Okay. And then I was a good manager, so I wasn't about to recycle no food to no people. No. I cared about my job. Everything I do, I cared about. But yeah. Um, so yeah, we was just scraping by, And I'm not gonna say scraping by. That's not the we wasn't scraping by. We was making it, making the best way we could. Um, what else happened after that? So I think I moved in with I moved in with my dad. Ended up finding out, my girlfriend at the time was pregnant, moved her down. So I think I was like in the ninth, 10th grade. My grades were so bad, I was cutting school all the time, and hanging out with the wrong people. So, in New York back then, the lowest grade you could have is a 55. Okay. 55 is, that's the lowest grade you can have. 55 in high school. So when I moved to Jersey, they lowest grade is 65. 65 is 60 or 65 is failing. They had to bump my lowest grades up to meet their lowest standards. That's how bad my grades was because I didn't go to school. Just hanging out with the wrong people. My dad wasn't there. You know what I mean? I was getting a little hair on my lip. You know what I mean? I'm athletic a little bit. Got the muscle showing, abs showing. I'm thinking I'm good. You know what I mean? Shorties in New York, oh, you looking good. You looking good. Yeah. So I ain't had nobody to really, yo, this what you gonna be and this what you gonna do. Try me. I ain't had nobody like that. I was living with my mom and my grandmother and my great grandmother. I had three women in the household raising me. My great grandmother at the time, she was over 100 years old. You know what I mean? History. And that's another thing. I thank God for the history that I've experienced, family I experienced. Okay, so where am I at? So yeah, I'm in high school, and I had to raise my grades up to the lowest standards for them to meet their standards of low. They had me in special ed classes when I first got there. No disrespect to special education, because special education really plays a big part in those who need it. Okay, so I'm in this class and they giving me easy work. To me, it's easy, and the teacher's like, "You don't need more time." I'm like, "No, I'm in high school." At the time, I think I was like ninth grade again, and it's like 4 times 4, 9 times 3, just regular timetables. I'm just 2 minutes, gave it in. Sweetie, you sure you don't need more time? No, I don't need more time. She looked at it, check. Oh, okay, you got this right. The next day we had some assignments, and in special ed classes, you don't really do too much. You know what I mean? So I'm confused 'cause I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, well, schools in Jersey is this slow? But it was a no. It was just it was meeting what I brung to them. So the next day they doing on some assignments and stuff. I'm just breezing through. I'm just this is my second chance. I'm in Jersey now. I'm not in Brooklyn. I know I got a baby on the way, or she's already here at the time. I'm trying to find the moms and stuff. You know, and I'm like, we just lay low and just do this work. Teacher's like, this is this easy for you? I'm like, yes, ma'am, it is. I'm like, you don't belong in here. I'm like, belong where? In this class. You need more an advanced class. At the time, I'm not even focused on what she's talking about. I'm in special ed because I'm still thinking about the baby on the way. That's how the baby does things. When you got kids on the way, you can't even think. You can't think. You can't think when you got kids on the way sometimes. Even the realities in front of you is not even realities. What's going on? We talking about fatherhood. So, you know, they moved me out of special ed classes into GP. I call it GP, General Pop. You know what I mean? I'm in GP now in high school, and I'm going through high school. And just to be real, living in New York, the curriculum and the speed of life was so much more advanced. Because in New York, when you're in middle school, we call it junior high, but when you're in middle school in New York, in order to go to high school, you are applying to high schools, at least during that time. You apply to high schools just like a high school student will apply to colleges. So New York City got like hundreds of schools, hundreds. In every borough, they got schools. Okay. So you can apply to any school, and depending on the school, some schools are like magnet schools. Excuse me, let me get a water break. Some schools are magnet schools. When I say magnet schools, meaning like they focus on mathematics, like NYU. Or no, MIT. MIT is like a magnet school for like engineering and math and stuff, right? So they have magnet schools in New York for high schools. Nursing, business. You want to be a teacher. There's a school for everything out there. You want a mechanic. There's school for everything out there. Okay. So you have to apply to school, apply to high school and middle school. And then if you don't get accepted to any school, I think you had 8 choices back then. If you didn't get accepted to any schools, you got accepted to automatically go to your, excuse me, automatically go to your zone school, your zone high school. My zone high school was Tilden High School. Big up Tilden. Yes, sir. I didn't end up going there. I went to FDR and Bensonhurst, and that's another story out there. Okay. But yeah, that's how it went in New York. So when I moved to Jersey, well, back up to New York. You walk into school. This kids that's in elementary school walking to school by themselves. We were latchkey kids. And those of you who don't know what a latchkey kid is you had the key around your neck. Okay, you know how you see everybody got chains now. The chain back then was the key on your neck. That was the chain. You know what I mean? The key to your house, and it was only one more copy. So, you best not lose the copy of the key. You better not lose the copy of the key, that one key. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody got an extra copy. You see what I'm saying? And we wasn't just making keys. They ain't had no Walmart back then. Excuse me, at the hardware store. But anyway, latchkey kid. So from elementary school, you're walking by yourself to school, and you're not completely by yourself, but we learned things like sticking together in New York. So all the kids who went to the same school, we all walked together, especially used to live on the same block. You know what I mean? So all the kids, I'm born in Bed-Stuy, raised in Flatbush. You heard me? So we lived in the 50s. So all the kids in the 50s, 51st Street, 52nd, 53rd, 54th, 55th, all the way down, we all walking together to school. We just like the fish in the sea, the little tiny fish in the sea, the school of fish. All them fish together make a big giant fish. So anybody mess with us, it's all of us together. At least one of us can. We wasn't even thinking about running to get help. We all thought we was gangsters back then. So nobody was messing with us. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody messing with us. You know what I mean? Even though we little kids. So the mentality is that You're independent. You gain independence at a young age growing up in New York. You see what I'm saying? You're on the bus, you know, the train. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm yawning. It's a little late. It's 111 right now. 111. 111. My spiritual people, 111. Triple one. All right. So when I moved to Jersey, there's a lot of dependency there. They had school buses. I ain't never seen no damn school bus. I ain't never seen no yellow school bus in New York. I seen a yellow school bus for like disabled students, students who were disabled. They needed transportation, but I never, I never even knew what the inside of a school bus looked like. You know, have I ever read a school bus? I think I have when I was in high school, maybe on a field trip or something. But yeah, I I I I never even seen a school bus. So life in Jersey was so much different in multiple facets because I never was under a rule of a man before. So when I moved with my dad, he had all these rules and stuff, talking about fatherhood in here. What's going on? I see you joining us. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So when I lived with my dad and he had all these rules, I knew I couldn't buck up with my dad. My dad was not to be messed with. He'd check you real fast. You know what I mean? And he was from the streets. I mean, he grew up all over New York City, the Bronx, Brooklyn, everywhere. Staten Island, he was everywhere. So my dad knew the streets. You know what I mean? I didn't want to test him. I was afraid of him. You know what I mean? So he told me to do something, I did it. He told me to jump, I just kept jumping until he told me to hire. You know what I mean? Because my dad commanded respect, you know? And that was the first lesson in fatherhood and manhood. Seeing a man, living with a man, you know? If you don't like those rules, you get the heck on out and provide for yourself. That's what my dad taught me and my brother. You don't like the rules you living in, or the space you living under my roof? Go find your own roof. All right. So let me fast forward. Um, so going through school, I'm in the ninth grade. 10th grade. I don't even know what grade I was in. I was just going to school because I just knew I was having a baby. I don't even know what the heck was going on, honestly. All right. So in school, it's going good, easy. I'm just trying to keep to myself. All the girls, they kind of like me because I'm new. You know how it is when you got a new kid in the school. You know what I mean? Especially, and he's from Brooklyn. He's from New York. Ooh, look at his swag. I had swag because I didn't know a lot of stuff. My brother was older. My brother was 6 years older. Matter of fact, that's funny because my brother and my ex-wife is the same age. Woo. Okay. So, I wore a lot of my brother's clothes too. He passed them down to me, and my brother was in the streets too. You know, and we didn't come from household street families. We just made poor decisions. And when I say I was in the streets, I wasn't no gang banger, no drug dealer. So I ain't gonna portray that. I wasn't no gang banger, no drug dealer. I just hung around gang bangers and drug dealers. You know what I mean? I hung around people who stole, who did what they felt they had to do to survive and provide. You know what I mean? So I knew that life. Okay. So next. So I'm going through, and moving forward. Um, Everything is going good. I think I'm in the next grade, 10th grade maybe. And my dad and my stepmom would allow me to go to my apartment on the weekends whenever I didn't have to work to go visit, my girl and my kids, well, my daughter at the time. And what happened? You know, we in our own apartment, we feeling grown, and we doing the bang bang. And you know what happens with bang bang? Wah wah wah. Another baby is on the way. I'm in high school. Got to be more careful. 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 When I say terrified, when I said it the first time when I first had my first child, when I said I was terrified, that's an understatement. I was terrified now that, my ex-wife told me that, she's pregnant. We took the test together. Or maybe I might have peed on that joint. You know what I mean? So damn scared. We probably pissed on it together. You know what I mean? So not only was I terrified, but my girlfriend at the time, my ex-wife, she was terrified of my parents also, because now she got another baby, and I'm still in high school. I think I lost weight because I was so stressed. You know what I mean? I look like a toothpick. Speaking of losing weight, big ups to me. I lost over 55 pounds. Yes, I'm still on the journey. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Are you still clapping? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, back to our topic. So, baby number two in the way. We terrified. Ooh, 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 ooh. When I say religious, we knew Jesus and God and Buddha, Allah. We knew all of them because we was praying to them every day. Not for the death of the child. We didn't even think about abortion. We couldn't even afford abortion. You know what I mean? It didn't even come across our mind. Okay, and I'm not knocking nobody who do the abortion thing. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just telling you my experience. So we didn't even think about abortion. You know what I mean? We was just scared. Matter of fact, we didn't even tell my dad and my stepmom or my mom until maybe 6 months into the pregnancy. So she couldn't hide it no more. You know what I mean? Because we was so terrified. So then my second daughter came through, you know, and we like, okay, cool. We ain't doing this no more. We going on the BC. You know what I mean? We getting that BC. You know what I mean? Because my pullout game wasn't good enough. I wasn't pulling out at all. I was keeping it all in there. You know what I mean? So pullout game wasn't good at all. So we go to the BC. You know what I mean? And we was able to move freely then, if you know what I mean. She gets, she's working and whatnot, and it's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? She's working while she's pregnant. She's doing housekeeping, being a housekeeper in the casino industry, casino and hotel. You know, and tough. She had to quit. She couldn't do it. And I'm not knocking her for that because pregnancy is tough. So shoot, paying the bills still. I didn't have no problem paying the bills because the woman I loved at the time had the child, my child, and a child growing in her stomach. Okay, and fast forward. Okay, I'm gonna cut this short a little bit. Um, it got to a point where when she was working, I was working. So my dad and my stepmom really played a vital support. My mom played a vital support um, with me and our kids. How? So this was the routine that we had. My mom was in Brooklyn. I lived with my dad and my stepmom at the time in South Jersey, and I would go to school. My ex-wife will, keep our daughter, and because she lived and worked in Atlantic City, where my stepmom worked in Atlantic City, and my stepmom will pick up my daughter from daycare, bring her home until I got off of work, take care of her, and then I would see my baby in my bed. She's like maybe one at the time, maybe in my bed. When I came home from work, I used to get off at work around 11, got home at 12, and sleep with my daughter, in my bed as a high school student. I would get up early in the morning, take her into the bathroom, wash her up, change her diaper, put her on a potty, wash myself up, get myself ready for school, go downstairs, make some breakfast for her. Like my dad and my stepmom was not playing. You know what I mean? And the reason they did that is to show me responsibility. This is what it takes to raise a child. You need to get up and make your child food. We're not making no food for your child. It's your child. Unless you're not there. You know what I mean? And they made sure I did that. It didn't even have to force me to do this stuff. He just told me, hey, this is what babies normally eat. You can get different flavors or whatnot. So, I made some oatmeal. Every morning we ate oatmeal together. Every morning. I got her dressed every morning. Put her on the potty right before I left for school. And let me rewind. Like my dad didn't play that sympathy card. You know what I mean? And my stepmom, big ups to her. She saved me a lot. It's an equal balance during that time frame. And I'm gonna talk more about the relationship that I witnessed. It was a great relationship that I witnessed, during that time frame. But my dad, was like, yo, you still got chores at the house. I don't give a dag if you got kids or not. You live here, you got chores. So when I come home from closing this McDonald's, right? Guess what? Guess what I had to do? I had to come home and wash dishes. Dish boy. You know what I mean? He didn't care because he wanted to show me that you want to live a life of responsibility. This would it take right here. So yeah, I was washing dishes coming home from McDonald's. I hated that crap, man. You know what I mean? I was restricted. At a 9 o'clock bedtime, I couldn't stay up to watch my show. You know, The Unit was my show. The Unit. You know what I mean? Um, my dad would let me stay up here and there for like the Survivor season finale, or the time when the New York Giants won the championship. So little things like that he'll let me stay up with. But my dad was not playing around. Like every Saturday, chores, vacuuming, cleaning shower curtains, cleaning the bathroom. I'm talking about military inspection, not playing. You see what I'm saying? So when I went to the Marine Corps was a breeze for me because I already had the Marine Corps at my dad's house. My dad was the original drill instructor, and he never even went to the Marine Corps. He was in the Army. You know what I mean? But he prepared me and made sure I was ready and prepared for the military. That's where I wanted to go. You know? So I'm going to pause right there. So let me take some key points out from my story so far. So, young kid, have a child at 16, 17. No more child, no more kid stuff no more. It's more adult stuff. What did I do? I ended up getting a job working at McDonald's, starting off at $5.15 an hour, making $5.15 an hour. Okay? Thought I was big dogging and getting 20, 30 hours. You know what I mean? Got promoted to a manager. Manager was paying like 8,000 change an hour. You know what I mean? 825, 850. You know what I mean? And excuse me. Got a job, moved up, excel at my job. Respectful. The customers loved me because I went above and beyond. I was not playing around. You know what I mean? I treated that McDonald's like it was my business. Like I owned the place. You see what I'm saying? And the customers felt my love. You know? The managers that were there respected me because I earned their respect. I didn't come on there with a chip on my shoulder. Matter of fact, I didn't even tell anybody I had kids. There was only one person, my homegirl at the time, who knew I had a child. I'll vent to her a little bit, but I didn't even vent to her all the way. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a kid. You know what I mean? I'm just, it was just weighing in on me. All right. So, the takeaways was the problem was I'm banging. You know what I mean? Pull out game not weak. Pull out game weak. Right? Kid coming through. So while I'm still in the high school, another child coming through. Now I got two kids now. I missed one day of school during that time frame. It was my daughter's birthday when she was born. So I didn't go to school that day. And I think I had that next day also. And I watched my child being born, my second daughter being born. You know, and it's like dang, like here we go again. And it wasn't like a damn kind of thing. It was like yeah. But during that time frame, it wasn't. It's kind of taboo to be celebrating to have a kid at 17, 18. You know what I mean? Who was celebrating about that? You 18 years old, you got a second child coming on the way. No celebration back then. We wasn't hiding it. It wasn't hiding, but it's nothing to be celebrating, you know? So go back to school and do my thing. Did my thing. Kept working. Kept spending time with my family, you know? So that's chapter 16, I'm gonna call it. Chapter 16, 17. I'm gonna pause it right here and then, I'm gonna tell the rest of my story later on. Catch me on YouTube. But what's fatherhood? And fatherhood during that time frame is uncertainty. That's what fatherhood for me at that time. Fear, scaredness, okay? Responsibility, accountability, ownership, okay? Providing. What else did I do? I had to go to school. I had two jobs. I was going to school and working. Three jobs and a dad full time. You see what I'm saying? So what's fatherhood? A worker, someone who don't give up, someone who sees the struggle, sees the challenges ahead of him, and they continue to move forward no matter what the challenge is. Okay? A father is strong. They carry the stuff on their shoulders, on their back. Even if it's not on your shoulders, on your back, you pulling it. However you doing it, you carrying the load. You pulling the load. That's what a father is. And all that stuff goes hand in hand with manhood. Manhood. Oh, excuse me. Manhood. And my mom taught me a lot about manhood. But the missing parts that I couldn't get from my mom or didn't get from my mom, my dad came right on in and filled them in real easy because he was a man and he knew how to raise a man. Not saying that women can't raise young men. I'm not saying that. But it's something about a father raising a father raising a father, a father raising a boy into manhood, a father raising a man. It's something about that, okay? That it just cannot be replaced with anything else at all. Not with YouTube videos, okay? Not with a mom. A mom cannot replace a dad, and a dad cannot replace a mom. Excuse me. So, fatherhood. Fatherhood is tough, but it's also rewarding. So for those of my dads out there, my freshman dads out there, being scared and frightened is a normal feeling. Yes, be scared. Let that fear drive you, but turn that fear into something positive. Okay, like courage. Turn that fear into courage. Turn that fear into drive. Okay, turn that fear into responsibility. Turn that fear into accountability. Turn that fear into ownership until there's no more fear there. Okay. The only thing I feared at one point, only thing I feared really after I told my dad, you know, was not doing the best I can do. That's what I feared, not being the best I can be. And I didn't beat myself up every day. I just strive for perfection. Yeah, nobody can be perfect. Cool, but I strive for it every day. And I was satisfied with my results, even though it wasn't perfect, because I knew I did the best I could do every day. I did the best in my schoolwork. I did the best at my job. I did the best providing for my girlfriend, my ex-wife at the time, and my two children at the time. And I have 6 kids now. You know, I did my very best. When I went to work to McDonald's, I ironed my clothes every day. I had the freshest freaking uniform. Everybody, my pants was ironed, my shirt was ironed, even my T-shirt was ironed. I would come home from school, get home like 3:15 ish, jump in the shower, and walk to work. I had to walk to work sometimes, most times, walk to work a mile or so. The bus wasn't running things. Sometimes I even I had to budget my money. I'm like, I'm not getting the bus. I'll just walk it out. And then they had no, man, Black Horse Pike. I walked down the Black Horse Pike. We had no sidewalks back then. You know what I mean? I think I had maybe like a glow belt or something. But still, I'm walking on the side of the road on the Black Horse Pike, man. Look that up, what the Black Horse Pike is in New Jersey, South Jersey. That road is ain't no joke. Walking on the side of the road, like, so I live in Georgia now, and I see people walking on the side of the road. I know that feeling. I had no car back then. You know what I mean? I had to foot patrol to work, foot patrol to school, and the school wasn't far, but that school was far because in the South, well, that was even in the South. That's up top, but South Jersey at the time, school I went to, I didn't get a school bus because I was close in the proximity, so I had to walk. And the school wasn't like on the street. The school was way back yonder, as they would say. So I think I'd probably walk half a mile to work. I mean, to school. You know what I mean? And cut through some trails and whatnot. But a father's determined and devoted, no matter what the circumstances is or are. That's what a father is. So to my young men, it's coming up or becoming freshman dads, to those of my dads who are older, and this is your first child, it may not be as fearful as me, but just know that this responsibility is very, very important. You see what I'm saying? Very important. I encourage you to, whatever you need to do, with the baby moms to sever the relationship, you need to do that. Whatever that baby moms need, the mother of your child, I'm gonna say, whatever the mother of your child need, I don't care what it is, y'all. You know what I mean? Within reason, you need to be there for her. She has your child. You need to be there for her. She has your child. She wants some ice cream. Go get her some ice cream. You know what I mean? She wants you to rub them feet. Rub them feet. Talk to your child as you're doing this. You see what I'm saying? Be the best man that she can experience, because the DNA is information. Okay, so as you're putting information with your actions to your children's mother, the DNA is going into her. I mean, the DNA is in her, it's going into your child. You see what I'm saying? Giving them information about who you are subconsciously. Subconsciously. So, be the best father before the newborn comes out. Practicing being the best father. Practicing. Practicing. Yeah. It's a double entendre, I guess is what it's called. But practicing being a great dad. Talk to your child. Vibration is real. Your children can hear you in the stomach. They can hear you. They can feel you. Rub that stomach if the child's mother allow you to. Talk to that child. Your child mother shouldn't be walking if you got a car. You need to be at every appointment if she allow you to go inside. Even if she don't allow you to go inside. Hey, can I come with you? I'll sit in the waiting room. You know what I mean? Show your child what a good man it is and was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Tell your job. Yo, I have a doctor's appointment. I'm not telling you to risk your job and don't have a job, but yo, your job need to know that family's first. You need to realize family's first. You know what I mean? My child's mother need to get to the doctor's office. She don't have a ride. I'm taking her. You see what I'm saying? So I just encourage my new dads, do whatever you can to sever the relationship. And when I say sever the relationship, I don't mean that, okay, I'm just gonna swallow this up and we're gonna be girlfriend and wife. I'm gonna marry. No. Sever the relationship means have a good relationship with the mother of your child. Whatever definition of good is, it don't mean that you have to be intimate. Y'all could just be friends, but have a good relationship. Be there for her. You think it's tough for you? You have no idea how tough it is for the mother of your child. It's tough. All right? So, I'm going to bring it back round circle, because the reason why I came on here on live and on YouTube live is because this gentleman really touched my heart. You know what I mean? I'm going to shout him out. His channel is called Honestly Speaking, Will Crosby. Honestly Speaking, Will Crosby. Fatherhood ain't easy. Honestly speaking. Okay? It's emotional. The real struggles of a father. I respect that man. You see what I'm saying? I respect him. And no, I don't know the whole story, but I respect that brother. I respect him. You see what I'm saying? Because he's pushing out information to those who may be going through the same thing, who may go through the same thing. And it's not about Father6 getting all the credit and whatnot. Nah, I'm an advocate for fatherhood. I have a fatherhood movement. So it's not just Father6. I want all fathers to join aboard on the fatherhood movement. And what is the fatherhood movement? We're on a road to 1 million. What's a road to 1 million mean? A road to 1 million means that 1 million subscribers on Father6 platform, all across every platform. Why? I've been talking too much. Why? Imagine 1 million fathers talking about fatherhood. Imagine 1 million fathers talking about fatherhood. Imagine 1 million people talking about fatherhood and family. Imagine 1 million people talking about fatherhood on each platform. So where am I at? I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Patreon. That's 5 million people talking about fatherhood, family, responsibility, accountability. ownership, 5 million plus. And then all those 5 million people share to other people. You see what I'm saying? So we got to share our experiences. So I big up to this gentleman right here, this brother right here, to all my other fathers out there, my dad influencers, my fatherhood influencers. Big ups to you. Respect to y'all. You see what I'm saying? I respect y'all for what y'all doing because this information needs to be out there. You know, there's no instruction manual to parenthood, and it's definitely no instruction manual to fatherhood. Okay. And Father to Six and other fatherhood influencers, they're giving you their playbook. Put it all together. Take what's good, and take what's bad and separate the two. Okay? Hold on to them. Yeah, you're gonna hold on to the bad stuff so you know what not to do. Hold on to that bad stuff so you know what not to do. A reminder. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I'm not slapping my baby mama, I'm not putting my hands on my child's mother. I'm not cussing her out, especially in front of the child. Okay? I'm not bailing out on my responsibilities. You see what I'm saying? And then the good stuff. I'm always there for her no matter what. I'm always there for my kids no matter what. My family lack for nothing. They lack for nothing. They may not be able to get everything, but they lack for nothing. Patience. My goodness, that's a whole nother topic. Something you need as a father. Okay, patience. 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 Patience, especially during pregnancy, and at least 10 weeks after, minimum. Patience. Boundaries. And yeah, you have to set boundaries with yourself, set boundaries with your friends, family. Man, you might have to set boundaries with your child's mother because sometimes some women get them hormones be gushing in and coming in so fast, and they get beside themselves sometimes with these outrageous things. And I'm saying support them, but don't get abused. Don't be a victim either. Hey, babe. I know you're going through the whole pregnancy thing, but you don't. There's no need for you to disrespect me. There's no need for no name calling. There's no need for disrespect. Okay, because that's the vibration you send into my child, our child. And I don't disrespect you, and I don't tend to disrespect you. So, the only thing I would like for you to do is called mutual respect. You see what I'm saying? You can always check anyone in a tactful, respectful way. You can. Most times you get better results. Excuse me. Most times you get better results. Most times you get better results. So, patience. So, I'm going to leave y'all with that right now. This is Father the Sixth at the General. I'm going to call this Fatherhood for Real. Chapter 16/17. These are my chapters. Chapter 16, 17, 18. And these are the years of my life. 16, 17, 18. 2 children. So I appreciate all those who was here. I appreciate all those who tuned in. Thank you. Go ahead and comment below where you are listening from, where you're watching from. Big up where you from. You know what I mean? Brooklyn, stand up. Brooklyn, stand up. Brooklyn, stand up. Yes, sir. Okay. Brooklyn, that's where I'm from. Okay. And I have more intimate stories coming through on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna stay on Instagram Live for the remainder of the month. Slowly push my content over to YouTube. And yeah, if you need anything, when I say anything, you need any advice, you want to just vent or something. If I have some time, hit me up. Father the Six across every platform. On TikTok, I'm Father the 6-1. On TikTok, I'm Father the 6-1. On TikTok, I'm Father the 6-1. 1 on TikTok. Father the 6-1 on TikTok. But everything else, I'm Father the 6 straight across. Okay. You'll see me talking. If not on Twitter, I don't have that many videos on Twitter, but I'm working on it. So hit me up. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Thumbs down if you don't like it. Thumbs up if you like it. Something you want me to cover, you want me to talk about. Hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. On YouTube, comment below if it's something you want me to talk about. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And all I want to do is pass this message on to the future father, the current father, the OG dad. You see what I'm saying? Each one teach one. This is a movement. This is a movement. A fatherhood movement. We are moving fatherhood to the next level. Like, well, next level. Yeah. Because we're not stagnant as fathers. We're always evolving. We're always evolving. So let's evolve this fatherhood, this Father to Six, this platform about fatherhood. Let's evolve that too. Let's evolve that. Subscribe. Send it to everybody in your contacts. They're like, why are you sending me this stuff? These are jewels. You know what I mean? We could send and share somebody twerking, right? We could send and share stuff about people fighting each other. World Star, and I'm not knocking World Star. Big ups to World Star. Big ups to y'all. No hate. But if we can not forward, you see, I sound old. You know what I mean? If we can send and share all this other negativity, let's go ahead and share some positivity. Let's share some positivity because there's not enough positivity being shared, especially on the news, y'all. All right. So, Father the Sixth, the General, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the comment. Big ups to Talks to Tasha. I need to follow her. Let me follow her. Let me just take a screenshot. Okay, got it. Big ups to who's this? Shop. I don't even know. Hey, big ups to everybody who joined the stream. Thank y'all. Art is my life. 318. Big ups to you. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So, Father to Six. It's the General. Okay. Fatherhood. Fatherhood is real. Thank y'all. Love you. Peace out. I know I'm still on air. This might be like the podcast version right here. Yeah, I like this right here. Got the countdown. I could just take the countdown out. Yeah, I'm being silly right now because this is some new software I have and I'm testing it out. So let's take the countdown off. And we got the screen, Father to Six. Everything. I'm coming back. Let me come back to y'all. Well, let me save the live. Okay, title it. Well, I'm getting off. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining. I love y'all. Father to Six. It's the General. Holla at your boy.